The true triple katana is arguably the hardest sword to obtain in the entire game, so in this video, I'll be telling you the fastest methods to obtain it. So, let's begin. If you're new to the Second Sea, or just new to the game in general, you probably won't know what the true triple katana is. Well, the true triple katana is one of the 4 mythical swords in the game and is a combination of the legendary sword Shisui, Wando, and Sati. You might think, well, that seems easy enough to get, right? Well, that's where you'd be wrong, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. Now you might be wondering, is this sword any good? Well, if you just care about performance and nothing else, absolutely. But if you also take into consideration the price to performance, or how long this sword will take to get, hell no. Like I said in the intro, this is arguably the hardest sword to get, so you might think it's probably one of the best swords too, right? Well, it's pretty mixed. Some people say it's good, and some people say it's horrible. This sword is pretty decent for grinding as it has a fast M1 attack speed, does high damage and the X move has large AoE. It's also good for sea event hunting as all the moves can damage sea events. Cons for this sword however are mainly based around PvP, the moves are hard to hit, they can be instinct tricked, and of course, this sword is insanely hard to obtain. Now that you know everything about the true triple katana, I'll be telling you the easiest and fastest ways you can obtain it. Now to obtain this sword, you'll first need to get the 3 legendary swords Shisui, Wando, and Sati. You can buy these swords from the Advanced Swords dealer, which might sound easy until you realize he only spawns once every few hours. The Advanced Swords dealer will only sell you one of the 3 legendary swords, and once one person buys it, he instantly despawns. So there's a 33% chance he will sell you a sword that you already have. You might get lucky and get all 3 swords in order without getting them again. Or you might just be extremely unlucky and keep getting the same swords again. Now, if you want to know when the Advanced Swords dealer has spawned, you'll have to talk to the manager at the cafe. Here are all the dialogues the manager can give you. You still haven't completed the Colosseum quest. You've been in the server for less than 10 minutes, this is to prevent players from server hopping and just make getting this sword harder. There's around 4 hours left till the Advanced Swords dealer spawns. There's around 1 hour and 15 minutes left till the Advanced Swords dealer spawns. There's around 15 minutes left till the Advanced Swords dealer spawns. The Advanced Swords dealer has spawned. You have 15 minutes to find him before he despawns. The Advanced Sword dealer has despawned and will spawn back again in 3 hours. The manager takes 30 minutes to reset back to the first dialogue. You'll need to get each sword to at least 300 mastery or higher, so it'll be a grind. Now that you know the obtainment, how on earth will I know where the Advanced Swords dealer has spawned when he does eventually spawn? Well, that's where the next section of this video comes in. Alright, let's now go over all the locations where the Advanced Sword dealer can spawn. On that window arch at the Colosseum. At the end of this waterway, on this rock. Behind this plateau at the Kingdom of Rose Island. On one of these leaves attached to the largest beanstalk. Behind these 3 rocks located near Blind Gambler Fertitta. At the Graveyard Island on the top central pillar. And lastly in this middle house at the remote island. Those are all the locations where the Advanced Swords dealer can spawn, so now let's move on to the strategies you're going to use to find him fast. So now that you know how to get the true triple katana and all the locations of the legendary swords dealer, here are the 3 strategies you can use to get through triple katana fast. The first strategy is pretty simple, just be AFK. Literally just get an auto clicker to click for you like every 5 minutes, so you don't get disconnected for being idle. Then just check in on your device like once every hour or so to see how long is left till he spawns. And oh, just in case you're wondering, auto clickers won't get you banned, and work on all platforms. You can easily find an auto clicker by searching it up, or you can just make your own pretty simply. The second method is also pretty similar. You'll need a multi-point auto clicker for mobile players, and a macro for PC players. Now just head on over to this plateau, which is one of the locations of the legendary swords dealer. Now get your macro or multi-point auto clicker and just click in an area where it'd say the purchase option. You will have to do a bit of observing, but if you have a macro, just click in a bunch of areas to be safe. This method is good for people who have to be AFK for a large duration, such as to go to school or work and can't check how much time is left till the dealer spawns. So if you go to one of the dealer spawn locations, I recommend the one next to the plateau. You'll have a 1 in 7 chance to buy a sword from the dealer when he spawns, as he has 7 spawn locations. This method is a good alternative for people who need to AFK for a long period, so if you're going to sleep, or go to work/school, you should try this method. Here are 2 images to help your precision on where to position your character and cursor. This method will pretty much only work in private servers, since you know, bounty hunters. But if you don't have any private servers, I'd then recommend trying the remote island location, as it's pretty isolated and doesn't need much precision. And now the last method is also pretty simple. We're going to use this server button to our advantage. Just join a server, and check all 7 spawn locations of the legendary sword dealer, as the manager won't tell you anything useful until you've been in the server for 10 or more minutes. To fully maximize your speed of checking all 7 locations, I'd recommend checking them in this order. Firstly, make sure you set your home point to this dock at the Kingdom of Rose, but this step isn't important if you have the portal fruit, obviously. Now from there, quickly go to this part of the Colosseum and look at the end arch there. If you don't see the dealer, quickly run to the plateau next to the factory. If he's not there, while you're on your way to the green zone, look at the water tunnel and see if he's there. If he's not on that rock, just go to the green zone and check his 2 spawn locations. Then check the central pillar at the Graveyard Island, then use your home point teleportation to head back to the docks and check the remote island. And just keep repeating the process till you get all 3 legendary swords. Getting all 3 swords will cost 6 million money in total, 2 million each, and once you've gotten all 3 swords to 300 mastery, go to the very top of the largest beanstalk at the green zone. At the top will be an NPC who will sell you the true triple katana for an additional 2 million money, so it'll cost 8 million in total. And yeah, that's how you get the true triple katana. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you found this video useful, please consider liking and subscribing. Anyway, bye.